President of Whisper. Bill, please stand. Bill is a co-founder of the festival, and his career has really come full circle now that we're returning to scope, where he produced over 200 concerts in Norfolk starting in 1976 with the Electric Light Orchestra. And if you know who that group is, you're telling your age this morning. His notable sellouts for Whisper included Billy Joel, Elton John, Earth, Wind and Fire, and Fleetwood Mac. Bill's Chrysler shows included Jimmy Buffett, Prince, Journey, and U2. Whisper also produced the Rolling Stones, a small band that you may have heard of, brought them to Hampton Roads. The festival has set record-breaking attendance numbers in recent years. In 2019, the festival drew more than 140,000 attendees over the course of 3 days. The overall economic impact from the festival has been significant, and I'm sure we'll hear from the mayor in just a few minutes and hopefully include some of those numbers. Out-of-market visitors from Virginia, North Carolina, Maryland, and D.C. and across the country will help create a new awareness of Norfolk as a destination. And the Patriotic Festival's strategic move to Norfolk will create a number of enhanced benefits. Expanded hours for our military and corporate displays in Town Point Park. Military and corporate displays on Scope Plaza, which is beautiful. We're right here beside it. And premium hospitality areas and exclusive seating for our military guests and corporate sponsors, and additional advertising opportunities throughout downtown. For our festival goers, Norfolk offers top-grade amenities, including full-service hotels within walking distance of the festival venues, family-friendly waterfront attractions, including Nauticus, the Wisconsin Battleship, Waterside District, and MacArthur Mall, and a great variety of restaurants and bars that are all within walking distance here in downtown, as well as convenient parking options. Our festival team is confident that the 2022 Patriotic Festival will deliver an enhanced customer experience for our corporate sponsors, military guests, and patrons. Some of the logistical advantages include eliminating weather concerns for our evening concerts, and this is our largest financial investment of the festival is in artists. Scope offers a climate-controlled environment, space for corporate hospitality, diverse concession options, and on-site parking, and concert-style seating. The Memorial Day weekend provides our out-of-market guests with a travel day to return to their homes because Monday's a national holiday. So if they stay over on Sunday night, they'll have a day to drive home on Monday. In closing today, I want to leave you with several points that provide insight into our decision to make a strategic move to Norfolk. The 501c3 charitable nonprofit Patriotic Festival's mission is to honor our men and women in uniform and celebrate our great country. Our decision to move was in conjunction with our corporate sponsors. Our patrons' needs and our mission were at the top of our evaluation criteria. We believe that our decision to move the Patriotic Festival to Norfolk will pay dividends for our stakeholders for years to come. Our team, including Bill Douthit, President of Whisper, Missy Edmonds, our COO, is very appreciative of the City of Norfolk, the City Manager and Mayor, Council, everyone that has supported us, the Navy, 7 venues, Fest Events with Ted Barodi, and our corporate sponsors, which we could not do this event without having that support. I can pledge to you this morning that we will all do our level best to deliver a highly successful Patriotic Festival on Memorial Day weekend in 2022 in Norfolk. And I want each of you to visit over the next several days. We will have updates on patrioticfestival.com, which will update our artists and other information as it becomes available. Thank you very much, and please welcome Mayor Alexander to the podium.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Ara. I am joined by the Vice Mayor of our city manager. We have 3 deputy city managers here, Trista Pope, Catherine Whitesell, Lavoris Pace, and our Director of Economic Development, Jared Chalk. We're just excited to have the Patriotic Festival to remain in Hampton Roads. Norfolk is one of America's founding cities, and we have participated in every significant historical moment in our country. For more than 100 years, Norfolk has been Navy proud, and this festival gives us another opportunity to celebrate the togetherness and our rich military history. Tourism remains a critical sector of our local economy and our regional economy, and continues as a force in Norfolk. Bill, Thank You, and Whisper Concerts are great promoters with a long history of producing quality shows and wonderful and successful events. In Norfolk, we're confident that this festival and all festivals will have a great experience for festival goers. All festivals in Norfolk will be successful, generating hotel stays and restaurant visits, ticket sales, and visitors from across the country. Norfolk not only is open for business, but Norfolk is open for festivals. And over the past 18 months, the city has emerged as one of the country's success stories in tourism. This festival will join the NATO Festival as we honor and celebrate our military. This rich history is here in Norfolk. In 2022, we look forward to a return of the NATO Festival in its full format, and we look forward to the Patriotic Festival being right here in the city of Norfolk. Good morning, and thanks for being in the city of Norfolk.
So that closes our program. The Mayor, Ira, and Bill Douthit are going to sign the agreement for the Patriotic Festival to be in the city of Norfolk. And following that, Ira will be taking questions from you all here at the podium. So stand by.
All right, who's first? Stay up here. Get close.
Okay, we're good. I guess the first question, Ira, can you explain to us what you can about the decision to leave Virginia Beach and to come to Norfolk? Was it an issue of dealing with the city? What led to this?
Excuse me. Thank you for that question. We came to Virginia Beach because for two primary reasons. We need an indoor venue. We desperately need an indoor venue.
Sorry, you said Virginia Beach. You came to Norfolk.
We came from Virginia Beach to Norfolk in order to have an indoor venue. We have about $1.5 million to $2 million invested in artists. And because of weather, sometimes you run the risk of being canceled. Well, artist contracts tend to be one way. They tend to be in the favor of the artist. So the artist gets paid whether you have the event or not. And when you have to have a cancellation, you can insure it. It's very, very challenging in the post-COVID market to get cancellation insurance. But Norfolk really had all of the civic furniture that we needed. They have a beautiful park in Town Point Park that was very well suited for our daytime activities. We have Scope Arena where we can sell concert tickets. And this is having an indoor venue that's protected from the weather it was really a key decision.
Was there any consideration given because of difficulty working with the departments in Virginia Beach?
No. In fact, Norfolk has been extremely great to work with. And I just complimented the city manager, but that was not a consideration of the move. The move was really because we needed the indoor venue and we needed the civic furniture that Norfolk had.
My question was, because of dealing with the departments in Virginia Beach, did that encourage the move to Norfolk? Because of dealing with the departments in Virginia Beach, not Norfolk?
No, that wasn't a deciding factor at all, Andy. It was really a business decision on our part, a strategic business decision, because we need to protect the $2 million investment that we have in entertainment. We need an indoor venue, and we're looking at a beautiful indoor venue that's been well maintained and that really does fit our needs.
But I think what Andy's asking is the city of Virginia Beach has several indoor venues that are readily available, like the Civic Center, the Convention Center, and things of that nature. Why wasn't that a consideration?
This facility holds 11,000 plus for a concert. The only facility in Virginia Beach that holds that type of capacity is the amphitheater. You know, they don't have a facility that would hold 11,000 and have the infrastructure, you know, in place for a concert.
Mayor Alexander, when you were making your statement, you said the city of Norfolk is open for business and also for festivals.
Indeed.
And there was a pause, a little bit of a chuckle. Can you explain?
Yeah, so Norfolk certainly is open for business, and as Ira alluded to, we have the infrastructure to hold various festivals, conventions, meetings, and concerts. A few years ago, Norfolk introduced the Theater Festival. That was birthed by this council. It's been successful, however, COVID has certainly caused a pause. We are in the process of introducing a film festival. The city manager has proposed revenue for that. The council has appropriated revenue for a film festival. And so Norfolk continues to look for creative ideas to bring experiences and festivals and concerts for the region.
If anyone were to interpret it as being, perhaps a cynical person, that the chuckle was, you know what, Virginia Beach, we took something.
Not at all.
Not play into it at all.
No, we're happy that the Patriotic Festival is remaining in the region.
Ira, one thing that you mentioned, I mean, the festival's been going on now for close to 2 decades, and this just happens to be the year you guys are looking for an indoor venue. Why wasn't that a consideration with concert contracts and artists prior to just this year?
Yeah, thanks for the question. 2 things changed post-COVID. One is the availability of insurance in terms of cancellation insurance. The availability of it and the cost have changed dramatically over the post-COVID period. And COVID, quite candidly, gave us a chance to step back and do some strategic planning, to look long-term, to think about where we want to be in 5 years or 10 years. And that opportunity, that pause, as hard as it was on all of us, it still gave us an opportunity to do that sort of planning. So that's the reason. The insurance market, you know, I'm the nonprofit president of an organization that puts on an event, and we have $2 million in artists. It's all contingent when you have the event on the beach of whether you're going to have a storm, whether the beach will be evacuated because of weather, and whether you can get insurance that's adequate to cover the cancellation. Otherwise, you're not having a festival the following year. I mean, you have to make business decisions even though you're a nonprofit. So that's the answer.
Let's just ask you point blank directly. Did any bearing of something on the water pulling out of Virginia Beach have you guys following suit, yes or no?
No, we were unaware that they were pulling out, to be perfectly frank about it. We did not know until we read it in the media.
Yeah, but Ira, it's true that you've been looking to do this since September of last year.
That's correct.
Okay,
That's
so-
correct. And again, Andy,
About that, what led you in September of last year to start
the,
going down this
the
path?
factors that I have mentioned were in play in September of last year. The ability to insure against cancellation, the ability to find a venue that could protect our largest investment in this event, these were all in play in September. And again, COVID provided us with an opportunity to step back and plan strategically. Up to that point, we were year to year. We were trying to go from one year to the next. We would have an event literally end in June, and we would have to start fundraising of $700,000 plus in private sector sponsorship for the following year. And so from that perspective, COVID did give us a time for our team to reflect and think about where we want to be in 5 years, and to think strategically about, what's the best option for us. And Norfolk is that best option. Norfolk.
Have you talked with the city leaders in Virginia Beach about this move yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you talked with the city leaders in Virginia Beach about this move?
We kept this confidential. It was a little bit painful because a lot of the people, and some of them are in this room, but I have personal relationships and friendships, so that was challenging. But we agreed to keep the agreement confidential, and we did so.
It may-
You mentioned insurance and cancellations. Obviously, at this point next year, we'll still be dealing with COVID probably. And what considerations do you have for having the event indoor? Because a lot of events are outdoors with COVID. Are you thinking of requiring vaccinations? What kind of policies are you putting in place with the artists? Because some artists have been pulling out.
Well, it's a good question, and as the policy exists currently, the artist determines whether in fact they require a vaccine to enter the venue and participate. We will have to, to deal with that, if you will, based on what the artist requirement is. But in terms of cancellation, the same factors are in play. We're putting on concerts at a different level and different types of music in Town Point Park during the day, and we'll have to think in terms of cancellation insurance even on a smaller scale, and can we obtain it, because it rains and you have thunderstorms and you have evacuations. And yes.
Will this be called the military festival?
No, just to be clear, we put Military Festival on the press announcement so that we weren't making the announcement in advance. Had we put Patriotic Festival on the press announcement, you all would have, we wouldn't be gathered this morning because the announcement would have already been made. The Patriotic Festival is the name. The Patriotic Festival is the name we're going to be going forward with. Military Festival was a generic name that we used just to schedule this press conference.
Right, to basically throw off the meeting.
We try.
So, and one of you guys may be able to answer this, but we know that obviously the festival, are you leaving?
I think the mayor has the 10 o'clock engagement.
Maybe Ira, you can answer this. In terms of economic impact that's going to be brought into the city of Norfolk, can you talk a little bit about some of those numbers? We're talking hotels, restaurants, occupancy tax, things of that nature. What are we looking at in terms of dollar amount?
Okay, the last festival that we were able to produce was in 2019. And we had Smith Travel numbers that were through the roof. We had Saturday night in the zip code in the resort, we were at 98% in the Smith Travel occupancy. This event was studied by Mangum Economics, and the overall economic impact in the region was $23 million. The taxes to the city of Virginia Beach were in the neighborhood of $800,000. We expect there's 1,700 hotel rooms in the city of Norfolk, in the downtown. We expect those to be full, and we expect other cities to benefit from this as well throughout Hampton Roads.
I expect the same artists that were on the 2022.
The artists are currently, we're negotiating with the artists, and we aren't prepared this morning to, to make the announcement.
You know, we see the big picture, Ira, of the big crowd out on the beach, which is something you're leaving behind. When you had rain events come through, and it rains, notoriously rains the weekend after Memorial Day when your festival was held, what did you do? Like on spur of the moment, you're talking about, the big amphitheater and everything, but what was it?
Okay, on one occasion we were able to evacuate, and thanks to folks in the media like yourself, we were able to put a time frame on when they could safely return, and we were able to get the show in. We partially collected on a cancellation insurance that night because we were unable to have concessions for 2 hours, and so air cancellation policy, covered that revenue. But fortunately, we did not have to return the ticket revenue, on that particular occasion. But Andy, it's not just it's two things. It's the availability of the insurance and the cost of the insurance. And the cost, those are factors, as I say, we have to make business decisions, or we won't remain in business. We won't be successful. and that's a tough decision to make, but we had to make it, Any more? Thank you very much.
Chip. Thanks, Ira. Thank you. Good to see you. Appreciate it.